I'd like everybody to please stand, except for Mr. and Mrs. Rosignol. That's you, Angela. We're going to have a couple of toasts. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a toast glass at your table. Please take it in hand. We're going to have a few words from both our best man and our matron of honor, so only take half a sip. We're going to hand it over to Seth first.
Yeah, we only take a quarter. Well, first of all, I just have to say that doing this right this second is kind of catching me off guard, so I hope I do a good job. I just want to welcome everyone here this evening to Steve and Angela's practice wedding. I have to say it's not often that best man gets the chance to practice their speech before the wedding, so I do appreciate this opportunity. I hope everyone got their tickets to Vegas, booked for the big day. My wife and I just bought a house about 6 months ago now, and I'm really looking forward to gambling away all of our mortgage money, watching Steve lose all of his and Angela's at the blackjack table, and I'm sure you can all relate. I should just stop for a minute, and before I go on any further and get myself in any deeper, I should probably just let you know that I got some very specific instructions from Steve beforehand. Mr. Groomzilla, Mr. Micromanager himself, as to what I could and couldn't say in the official wedding speech. But since this is just sort of the practice speech, I figure I've got pretty much free reign, so I'm just going to be going with it. In all seriousness, though, Steve can be a strong-willed guy, and I, for one, am glad that the wedding in Vegas plans got nixed. Kind of like a lot of other impulsive plans that Steve gets his mind on. Kind of like the idea he really got fixated on about going to have a massage and a facial done just before the wedding, because he was jealous of Angela. Angela was having one done, so why couldn't he? I'm just really happy that he didn't get his nails done too. I don't think. Toenails, I'm not sure about. For anyone that doesn't know, my wife and I we're currently living, Nina and I are living up in Canada now, but I did grow up with Steve on the North Shore, and I went to high school with him and Wes, who's also here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. There, and obviously we have a lot of memories. We've been friends for over 15 years, and there's just a lot of memories there. Kind of like, well, the time that for my birthday a few years back, I had wanted Steve to download some songs for me online, and I asked him very specifically, you know, here's a list, this is what I really want, and could you just download them for me? And so I waited a couple weeks, and then I got this CD, and about 20% of it was stuff like right on the money, exactly what I wanted. The other 80% though were songs like theme songs from the Flintstones, G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man and She-Ra. Let's hope that Angela had a really big say in choosing what the DJ is going to play tonight. Anyone that knows Steve well or has visited his apartment has seen his many swords and collectible cartoon figures that he's plastered all over everything. Now I have to just deal with that occasionally, you know, whenever I come to visit or whatnot. But Angela, on the other hand, you've got to deal with that on a day-to-day basis, sun up to sundown, and that takes a pretty special person. I'd say a really special person. So good luck with that. In all the years that I've known Steve, he's always been a really tremendous friend, and when I was sort of thinking of some words to describe who Steve is as a person when I was preparing this speech, you know, there was a couple sort of phrases that came to mind, one of which was extremely loyal, other things were good-hearted, vegetarian, open and honest. You never have to guess what's on this guy's mind. Remember, Steve's a guy who will either smile and laugh with you, or pretty much squint and growl at you. He's also a guy who's especially responsible and very capable, and he's long proved to be a person that has been unwavering in his willingness to help other people, including myself. He goes the extra 20 miles all the time. Steve's always been there to help out myself or my brother, Ethan or my family, whenever we've had a big move coming up, he would always eagerly assume the role of micromanager, irritable micromanager. He's also a very strong, he's a guy with a very strong work ethic. Some might even say he's a bit neurotic. Steve loves to laugh at himself, and that, I know, is a hobby that we all share. No, Steve. Clearly a guy with all these attributes and many others has a tremendous amount to offer, which is why I'm so genuinely happy that you two have met. And there's no doubt in my mind that you two balance each other out really perfectly. It's been great to see your relationship grow since the months before my wife and I's wedding when we first met, and just see how you've sort of developed and learned to problem solve together, and just the fact that you've, even though you have vastly different tastes in movies, you still managed to really come a really long way. And I just remember a conversation that I wanted to share that Steve had with me when he first met Angela, or shortly thereafter, and he said, he was really emphatic about how great Angela was, and said all these positive things, and then he sort of conditioned it. He said, he's really effusive, but he conditioned it, and he said, you know, Seth, I don't know though, I can't seem to agree on a single movie. And I'm just so glad to see that you two have overcome that momentous barrier and find some commonality. So with all that said, I just want to wish you, Steve, and you, Angela, the very, very best in your life together. And with that, I just want to say, everyone raise their glass. Cheers.
Cheers.
Steve,
Cheers.
How about a round of applause for Seth, ladies and gentlemen? Christine, can you follow that up now? She's going to try.